Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my new video where I'm going to go over my top 5 tips to help out any new player to Karma. Now, I have over 400,000 mastery points between my other couple accounts, and I have achieved diamond ranking with her, so I feel like I have a good understanding of her, and I'm going to try and give you guys a little bit more uncommon tips that you probably have not seen before or thought of yourself. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts down below as well. If you have your own tips you want to give to Karma, I heavily encourage you to go down there and put in your own tips and help out the other people that are coming to check out the video, just because I'm a bit limited to the format here where I am only going to be going over 5 different things. I'm also going to post my Twitch and Discord in the description if you want to get a hold of me and direct message me with any questions. I'm extremely open to that. I try my best to get around to every single person that messages me. So without a further ado, let's jump right into the first tip. Alright, so jumping into tip number 1, guys, I really want to go over what I think is the most important part about playing Karma, and the number one thing, if you guys take away anything from this video, I really want you to take away this, and that is which mantra to use and when. So when you want to look for a mantra Q in the situations of team fights and skirmishes is when you have an ability to hit the backline, and also you are under very little threat, you and your team, and you do not need any of the mantra defensive abilities. Or if it is more of a poke fest and it doesn't look like there is going to be a big engage, the mantra Q is going to be extremely strong. Now in late game team fights, the team fights can just happen just at the flip of a coin, and anything can go wrong. So really do not look to do mantra Qs if you are throwing them into the tanks and the front lines. That is traditionally why Karma did not scale too well when it was a mid lane champion. So just have a very good understanding of what is required at what points. Next up, we have the W. So this is going to be extremely important to understand that this is missing health, but this is your strongest way to live. So if you're getting dove a lot, they realize that your shields are huge on a pretty low cooldown and they want to take you out early. What you want to do is wait for the first rotation to go through, maybe pop a shield if you think you might get one shot by it, and then use your mantra W on the enemy champion that is diving on top of you, because it scales off of missing health. So what you want to do is say this is a Kha'Zix and he just jumped on me, and say I have to get away from him. He just did his full combo, and I want to do Q to slow him down, and then mantra W and kite him out with the E by being able to keep him in the range of your W with your E movement speed, because obviously he's not going to give you a free leash. He's either going to try to run away or maybe go that way or that way and not get hit by the second part of the route. So using your Inspire to ensure that will do a very good job. Next up, we have the mantra E is going to be kind of your go-to if you don't really know what you should be doing at this particular moment. Mantra E is going to be extremely strong. It is very good in enabling very heavy tank team comps that are just looking to be big meatballs and just roll over the enemy team. This is going to be a great ability for your allied champions, because it's going to help them engage with the increased 60% movement speed for 2.5 seconds is going to be so insanely strong for those tanks to get in position. Also, this is going to be extremely strong if you have Ardent Sensor and you have a lot of people that are going to benefit from attack speed. So if you just don't really know what to do, you're not under too much threat, there's some tanks in the front line, and you don't really have too much access to the back line, what you want to do is throw on your mantra E, and it is just going to be the best choice there. If you guys have any questions for me, what mantra you should be doing in different situations, you can hit me up in the comments down below. Alright, and getting into tip number 2 that is really going to separate the poor karmas or the regular average karmas from the extremely good ones, and that is the ones that are able to take full advantage of their passive, which gives 4-second cooldown on each time you do damage with an ability, and 2 seconds when you do damage with autos. So that what this means is you really should be looking to weave in autos. If you're in a 2v2 situation in the bot lane, you should be looking to do something similar to this and just like auto Q, and then maybe kite out in the poke, or maybe move forward if it looks like they are going to run and you have the advantage. So always look to take advantage of your auto. She has a really nice auto range for a support or for a mid or top laner, so always look to take advantage of this. I know it feels kind of weird because she is like a really low attack damage, 110 at level 18, but just get really used to the animation and right when it ends so you can just get away as soon as possible and kite out as much as possible. Another thing that is extremely important with your passive, I'm going to show you guys this right here, and it's kind of, I know a lot of Karmas aren't really going to be thinking about this too much, and it is what you're able to do with 40% cooldown at level 18 with your mantra Q. If they are grouped up like this, I do not have my auto refresh cooldown up. I can instantly get a reset on my mantra by hitting a bunch of champions with both parts of my Q. I don't even think I hit the one in the corner there with my Q. Alright, so we hit 4 people and we get an automatic reset on our mantra, which is so huge. So when you see a grouped up enemy champions, look to get your Q, a mantra Q out on them for free, because you're going to get another mantra right back up as soon as possible. Also, I think that cooldown reduction is so huge for Karma because of this mantra ability, and it's just really amplified even further with the passive. If you have any questions about this, you can hit me up, but this is going to become more prevalent if you're going tank Karma and you're looking for Klepto procs, or if you have an Iceborne Gauntlet. So always get used to weaving in autos when you are playing Karma, and you can do it just in between your abilities, and you can cancel certain animations with it. So just keep in mind that it is going to be extremely strong to take full advantage of your passive. And that will wrap up this tip. All right, and I want to talk about what Karma can really excel at it, whether if she's a mid laner, a top laner, or in the bot lane. What you want to be able to take advantage of is your mobility and your CC. How you do that to a really great level is by when you have the lane pushed in, because you're a poke champion and you're going to have a lot of situations where you have them pushed into tower and they are just farming. What you want to do is look for deep wards. She is extremely safe. She's the only support I would say is safer than Karma in the roam would be something like a Pyke or maybe an Alistar, because she is able, her entire kit is focused around kiting. She has a slow on her Q, she has a root on her W, she has a movement speed on her E, and she can amplify any of those spells with her mantra. So literally her whole kit helps you get away from people or chase them down. So what you want to be looking to do is get wards to help out your team and spot out the jungler. Secure objectives can be really good for Karma because she has CC, so scuttlers are going to be rather easy for her, and also roaming mid can be extremely strong if you're not the mid lane player, of course, because of all the CC you provide and how easily you can push an enemy team. So please guys, take full advantage. Do not just be sitting right here just waiting for the wave to push back, because this is going to open you up to ganks a little bit more, and look to take full advantage of the map because Karma is so extremely strong in roams and small skirmish situations where she can get parts of her double ultimate mantra W and really just bait out all the pressure on themselves while the enemy team jumps on them. And that will wrap up this tip. All right, and we're just gonna do a quick little tip for number 4. If you get low in lane, and I know this might be a little bit self-explanatory, but if you get low in lane, you can always go to the camps that are around you or the scuttler that's around you and get a heal off of your mantra W, because you will heal off of minions, and you can just do something like that and then just kite them out, and you'll get your health back. Now it's based off missing health. I didn't take too much damage, so you don't really see how effective it can be there, but when you are in the lower levels and you aren't max level 18 against really low level camps, this can be an extremely strong way to not have to look for a back immediately. Just duck into the Fog of War, grab a scuttler on either of the sides, and grab the mantra W. It's similar to what old Mordekaiser used to do with this W, and just heal off of the minions in the jungle. So if you're getting pressured really hard, say you're in a tough lane, maybe you got all in by a Leona and you're at 30%, it'd be really good for you to just like jump down here, get a mantra W, and jump back into lane, because this will provide you a decent amount of healing, and the mana cost is actually rather low for the mantra W. It is not going to just break the bank. It is not a super expensive heal. And I'll wrap up this quick tip for you guys. I know it's a little bit different than the other ones, but I just really wanted to mention it to help out any people that weren't thinking about mantra Wing things, just to have a better laning phase. All right, and going into the final tip, I want to talk a little bit about builds. The reason why I was initially attracted to Karma and why I have played over 1,000 games of Karma is because of her flexibility of build. That's what I really like in Champions. When you're doing extremely well, you can go very aggressive and carry games with huge damage from your Q and your W. So you can look for more aggressive things like Luden's Echo, maybe double Spell Pen Boots can be extremely strong, and then Rabadons to further amp your damage, and your scaling on your shield can be huge in the late game. Or say you're going even, but you have a team comp that's really heavy pick team comp. You can grab things like Shirelia's Reverie or Twin Shadows to amplify your team. If you are, say, getting blasted, you're struggling quite a bit, but you have like a really strong Kindred out of the jungle or a really strong ADC, you can provide them with utility from things like Athenians or even things like Zeke's that can be extremely easily procced on Karma. It is probably the easiest Zeke's proc you're going to get because you can it has a really low cooldown. Most of the time you're just waiting on this 45-second internal Zeke's cooldown. You're not waiting on your own cooldown, which is rather neat, and you are going to be able to get out to Zeke's procs if the team fights last a little bit longer. And there's obviously other things like if the enemy team has a lot of AoE damage, you can go things like Redemption and Locket of the Iron Solari. So I am of a firm belief that you should be changing up your you should be building for game state with Karma because she is so extremely flexible in what she can do and provide to your team. If you have any questions about builds like, hey, what should I do when I'm 4-0 and I'm just stomping my enemy later, I can help you out with that, as well as the 0-4 situation where you need to just kind of stick around and provide as much utility as possible. So really check out UGG or check out Pro Builds, where they just have kind of a live feed of pro players and how they're building different champions in different situations. I love looking at this. Yeah, and as always, I'll be a resource for you guys if you just want to come back to this video if you have any questions. But always do not be one of those people that are just a cookie cutter build. Oh, I saw Bjergsen build this once, so I'm just going to build this for an entire year. I'm just going to build it in the same way every single time. Do not change up the runes. Do not change up the items in the order of the way I'm going to build them. That is a very big no-no. It's going to be trying the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. So that will wrap up my video, guys. Thank you so much for all the support recently. It's been really awesome. If you enjoyed the content, please remember to like and subscribe. And as always, take it easy.